Okay, here we are live. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining
Hi.
us today. Hey, Julia. Nice to see you. How was your weekend?
Oh, it was fantastic. Lots of renovations, lots to do. How about you?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It's really warming up here. I'm on Vancouver Island, as you know.
And
And
I'm in the Okanagan, where it's still a little bit cold, but getting better.
yeah, you're getting a little bit cooler weather, but yeah, it's coming. We're kind of behind a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So we have an amazing guest, but before we introduce him, we're going to do a little bit of business here. Julia, you had, well, what were we going to do? Oh, the stream.
Oh, we're the comments.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to get this. I keep saying left shoulder because it's backwards. So I just wanted to let you know, if you have any comments, you need to click on this little thing up here, and I got it right, in order to get permission from StreamYard to make any comments. And we really, really would like you to feel free to send any comments or whatever. We'll answer them probably after, right, Tyra?
Right.
Afterwards.
Yes, that's right. And so just so you know, in the spotlight with Tyra and Julia, we each have our own separate business pages. We have, I'm on TN Grow Wealth Together. So that's with Facebook, that's with Telegram, that's with YouTube. You're more than welcome to come over, subscribe, and follow. And I got to go.
And the same goes for me. I am actually AJ Internet Solutions, the same thing, Telegram, YouTube, Facebook. By all means, subscribe, join, whatever you need to do on those particular platforms. Yeah, you're more than welcome to.
Right on. And I see Daniel has joined us from West Africa. So that's awesome. We got a good start already. So take it away, Julia.
So today we have a special guest from Medicine Hat, Alberta. His name is Dave Andjelic, and he is an active OnPassive founder. His pastimes are the Toronto Maple Leafs and ice fishing. He really enjoys his ice fishing. So yeah. Anyways, please help us welcome. Let me say that again. Please help us welcome Dave in the spotlight.
Well, thank you very much, ladies. Appreciate being here.
Nice to see you, Dave. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Good, good. So we're going to just hop right into this. And what I'm going to ask you, Dave, is tell us a little bit about yourself so we know who you are. Tell us a little bit about your work experience, that sort of thing.
Okay. Well, I've been in the business world for 40 plus years now. I started when I was 4. So, you know. Actually, I started right out of high school. I worked my first 15 years in the food and drug industry, and the first 8 years was in Medicine Hat. I worked for a pharmacy chain as a buyer and merchandise manager for them. So I helped them build from 2 stores to 5 stores before I left. And then I switched to the other side of the desk, and I became a sales representative and a sales manager for Gillette Canada. So when I was with them for about 5.5 years, I started in Calgary, went to Vancouver to key accounts, and then I went to Winnipeg as a district manager at Manitoba, Saskatchewan. And from there, they had a worldwide cut of 2,500 positions, and one of the positions was mine. So they moved me back to Calgary and said, "Well, see you later." So I got on with another company called Alberta Culver, and they moved me to Vancouver, and I was district sales manager of BC, Alberta, and Manitoba. So, and then from there, I went on to spend 24 years in the Western Hockey League with the Medicine Hat Tigers. I was the senior director of marketing and public relations. So yes, that's my hockey background. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
My old team. Yeah. And the last 4 years, I have been in the automotive industry.
Wow, you are very diverse.
So yeah, I've seen Western Canada a number of different times, and yeah, so that's my business background.
Oh, that's awesome. So Dave, what made you decide to become an OnPassive founder?
Well, I was looking for something new because, like everybody else, I have been in numerous MLMs. I was like I like to say I was like a fish chasing a hook, with every that shiny object here, that's shiny object there, and finally I came across OnPassive, and that was before all of the webinars and things like that. There was that those two videos that Ash did,
Right.
and I was watching the company for a while, and then when I finally did hear those two videos from Ash, I signed up the same day. It's what I had been looking for. I knew there had to be something out there better than what I was doing, and don't get me wrong, because a couple companies that I'm still involved with, and I'm going to use OnPassive to drive traffic to them because I believe in multiple revenue streams.
Right.
Okay, so but the last one that I was in that I really enjoyed, great products. Auto ship was very, very reasonable, and I had a goal to sign up 100 people in my first year. Well, I had 100 people signed up within 2 or 3 months, but the problem was nobody was doing business.
Ah,
You know? And
Right.
and when I saw what OnPassive had to offer, it eliminated all of that. So, um, I mean, if there's a perfect business, we're in it.
so
So
when was it that you actually pressed that button and joined OnPassive?
I joined OnPassive March of last year.
Okay.
So
20.
2020, yeah. And
Okay.
it was at the exact same time as I was um, I was laid off my job,
Oh,
and so it was within, I think I joined 3 or 4 days before I was laid off, and then in July of last year my position was eliminated just because COVID was
mm,
hit our dealership really hard, and the position I had at the time, I originally was in sales for 2 years, and then I took over the used part of the dealership, making sure that as we brought vehicles in on trade, it was my responsibility to get them turned around and get them back onto the lot to be sold again. But things had slowed down so much that yeah, they eliminated my position. But I currently drive for three dealerships to pick up vehicles out of town, and for me, that's my semi-retirement job. It's great. It's no stress, and yeah, I enjoy what I'm doing right now.
yeah,
Well,
that's awesome.
something you touched on earlier that kind of tweaked for me in that you have a few other income streams with MLM companies, and how OnPassive is the perfect company to help you go forward. Because something I hear time and time again, and I can relate to being in those different businesses, is the problem is if you're not building every day and adding, your revenue stops. If you don't have people that have signed up that are eagles and pushing and growing, your revenue stops. So you
Right,
kind of start running into a problem, right?
right, exactly that. But I'll take it one step further. I mean,
Mhm.
if you take the top 10 people in that company,
Yep.
if they stop recruiting, the company will eventually fail.
Yes.
Right. It's not
Where
sustainable. Yeah.
Right, where with OnPassive, it's completely different. Once you get the AI and the machine learning in that's doing the recruiting for you, I mean that just eliminates that problem,
Right.
and yeah, and just carry on.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
And I
So,
don't think people see how big that really is, because if you've ever been in an MLM or any other kind of a business that you are bringing people on, just the traffic alone and the money that you spend is pretty big.
It is absolutely. Um, and I do have experience of brick and mortar.
Yes.
Um, in my previous marriage, um, my ex and I had a ladies boutique, and it's the same thing there. If you can't bring people through the door, you're not
Right.
going to be sustainable. But that's any business, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's any business,
Right.
and so that's and that's the reason why I like OnPassive so much.
Awesome.
well, so lately, because things are starting to move, we're starting to look at getting into soft launch. Products are starting to be visible to the founders that are part of OnPassive as ourselves. So now we've got a even more upgraded onpassive.com website that is beginning to show all the products. So give us a little bit of your thoughts about that, Dave, because you, as you've said, you've been in sales for a long time. You've been around the block. You know how things are going. What do you think about onpassive.com, the website that's come out?
Oh, I think that it's absolutely terrific because now we have tangible items that we can show prospects.
Right.
And also what it does for the 500,000 people that we have signed up already, it gives them some validity that yes, the launch is just right around the corner. And it's funny. I had a fellow send me a note today and just saying, when do you think launch is going to be? I mean, so many people ask us that question. I said, I don't know, but I do know that the launch is closer today than it was yesterday.
Indeed.
And
Great answer.
we can't answer that question. I mean, even Ash doesn't know exactly. There's so many moving parts here when you've got 50 different platforms that you're building from scratch in this amount of time. I think there is no question now that we see that that our O Academy has been introduced as the first product coming out. Again, like I said, it's right in front of us.
And perfect timing too, like with the pandemic and everything and everyone being at home, kids included.
Yeah, absolutely. And my brother happens to be a retired superintendent of the largest rural school district in Alberta. As well, he's a consultant to the College of School Superintendents of Alberta. And I want him to take a look at this thing and go through it with a fine-tooth comb and try to break it. And, so that I have a great understanding of how well this is going to work for distance learning, not only in rural school districts, but what is the capacity of this once we get it into the business world.
Right.
So there's things we need to learn yet about it, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a great platform.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's quite amazing when you start going through. Anybody that is watching now, if you haven't been, it's onpassive.com, and it is an amazing website. Like just going over here, I have it on my phone and looking at, you touched on O Academy. There's O Blast, which is an amazing platform where we can raise money and bless other people, other countries. I mean, there's going to be a shop, there's going to be for staff, email, like it's just on and on and on. And as you said, it's not one platform. And you said 50, but even Ash, our CEO, has said, they'll keep creating wherever they find a need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's all under one umbrella. So you got to remember that it's not just one one company. It's 50 plus companies all under one umbrella. So, I mean,
Right, and the great thing about that part of it is that they all talk to one another, right? So it's not like you have to go outside of of your of your platform so that you can let's say you want to do a bulk email to somebody or to a group of people. I mean, you can do that right from wherever you are within the system.
right.
You don't have to click out and go here or there. I mean, it's integrated all to work as one. So you got 50 different businesses or companies working out of the one main framework. So it's terrific that way.
Yeah, the
Yeah, one
options, like when
password,
you start.
one
That's
place.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. I was looking at one of the things about influencers and how, they have to keep
Yes.
it up. It's kind of like an MLM. You have to keep growing your audience to keep getting paid. Well, with OnPassive and all the products, they can start using them together, like with the Academy and
Mhm.
OConnect. And it's just amazing how it works together, as you were saying. When I was in past over 3 years in a company where I had to pay GoDaddy. I had to get email stuff. I had to have stuff to create posts and do creatives. So each of those things, I'm paying for each of them monthly. Then if I want to Zoom, I have to pay that. And, whereas with OnPassive, $97 to become a founder, and then a monthly subscription that we're not speaking about yet until people become founders. But a way to just have all of this together with one affordable price. Like it's going to be under 250. Well,
Right.
what can you get for that these days?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And one of the things too that when we look at that, the $97 amount that we pay, it's not an investment. This is a subscription-based business that we're running. So, when people are asking you, well, what's the ROI going to be? Well, what's the ROI going to be on $97? That I've never made an investment for $97. So and where we're running in the future of the possibilities that we're going to see, don't worry about the $97. It's going to take care of itself time and time and time again.
Yeah, and as Tyrus has said exhaustively, you can't even go out for dinner on $97. The bottle of wine itself is $97 nowadays, especially in the Okanagan, British Columbia, in
Right.
Canada.
Right.
So
No, that's exactly it. Like $97 is, the price of a movie ticket. It seems like these days when you're going out with
hockey game,
family.
a hockey game.
Yeah. Well, if you come to Medicine Hat, you can get to a hockey game for less than
I was
maybe the NHL. But
well, or because you're like my husband and you enjoy fishing. I know you guys spend a lot of money on your fishing gear.
well, that's true. I mean, by the time you have a boat and you're paying gas and you're buying, well, I have a hard time going into the Bass Pro Shop and not coming out with, 2 extra trinkets here and there, So, yeah. So it's great, but fishing for me is a great yearly pastime. I love it because I can throw my phone into the truck and unplug for the day.
I thought you were going to say into the water.
No, I do that with my buddies, so that's good enough. They're my fish finders.
Yeah, you got to have a place to recharge. The other thing going back to the 97 that really struck me was how many companies can you come in and become a founding member? Okay, that number one for $97. Then you're also given all the tools you need in a back office with links and webinars and invitations. Everything is done for you specifically to your name, and have the opportunity, if you choose, to be active building a team. And in this company, of course, that. Can you, like with your sales and stuff, expand a little bit about the whole thing with OnPassive, with the passive or active stuff?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think one of the things is because I've been in a number of different MLM companies. You run into that NFL club, right? No friends left. Oh, here comes Dave. I don't want to talk to him. But this is the great thing that I like about it. And I will say that the majority of people that I have signed up want to be passive. Okay. So they understand that the AI the machine learning is going to do the recruiting for them. Yet, I do have some people in there that, they're really looking at it and saying, okay, it's the targeted traffic that we're going to be able to get is what I'm really after. And that was one of the things that yesterday I signed up a friend of mine who is from Chile. She's a tennis pro here in Calgary. But yet she is also a business development manager for her family's business back in Chile. They're a mining company. And, when I was able to explain to her what they were able to do, because they're having a tough time getting targeted traffic, to their websites to increase their business. And then, when you tell her that, yeah, but what you can do is have that targeted traffic for just South America, or if you want to hit just certain countries or certain cities, going to be able to do that. So that sold it right there.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Yet another person I talked to said, "Oh well, if it's too good to be true, it usually is." So those are the two different attitudes I think that you come across, and we've all experienced that. It's part of the business.
Absolutely. So which brings me to Dave. What advice do you have for someone, say, that is looking to come into OnPassive?
Number one is go to the website.
Okay.
Go to onpassive.com, our new website, and just take a look at the 20 or so platforms that have been introduced that are going to be launched in the near future. And now you've got something tangible to put your fingers on. And the great thing is it's a digital product, right? So it's not something that you have to worry about an auto ship coming and filling up your closet with something that you don't want,
Right.
And get in. Just get in, because we've got so many people that have signed up that are participating in our webinars and OnPassive Nation with Marty DeGarmo every day, giving us updates of what's going on and giving us the ability to ask questions. Anything that you've got to ask, we can answer. And it's a transparency that is coming from Ash and has gone through our leadership council and and not only leadership council, but other leaders. I mean, you can be a leader without being on the leadership council and helping people. And that's what it's all about too. Bringing people in that have struggled in this industry. It's like 97% of people who have gone online to make money don't. And this was built for the little guy. And I consider myself a little guy, so I'm happy.
And just so people know, Ash is actually our CEO here at OnPassive. So you'll find out more on onpassive.com about Ash himself. Just so you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, something you touched on that I really love about how you talked about people helping each other, and you can go to leadership, you can go to anybody, but the thing that really excited me when I saw this business is how they've actually flipped the order. In
Right.
other businesses that I've been in, the people at the top, the 1, maybe 2%, are the people that make all the money. And then those that, down, 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 you're working your butt off to try to get things happening, and maybe you get, income a little bit here and there, here and there. But it's extremely difficult to get out of the red if you're doing all the advertising, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas
Exactly.
OnPassive has flipped that, haven't they, Dave?
Yeah, absolutely. Because now we don't have to worry about the marketing side of things. Like that's all taken care of for us, right? So,
Yeah.
And again, these are things that some people have a hard time understanding that, like, how can all this be done for $97? But that's the genius behind of the people that we have in India that are building this. I mean, Ash has gone out to hire the best of the best, and for people who don't know, India is the Silicon Valley, of that country, and a lot of brilliant people are working in the industry. But again, a lot of multinational companies, that's where they have offices and use that knowledge that is in India, in those individuals, to build their business. I mean, take example, that's where Zoom was built, and we all know how big Zoom is.
Oh.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So.
So
Yeah.
just to ask you, sorry to interject there, what are your future plans? What is it you see yourself doing once you're set
Once
OnPassive?
I'm going to be doing what I'm doing today.
Awesome.
And, I'm not looking to do anything different. I'm going to continue to do my driving and my part-time job, and keep helping people coming on board with OnPassive. So just one foot in front of the other.
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
awesome. Well, Dave, we want to say thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts for you taking the time to join us today. That was really good. You really shared some wonderful information with us. And go ahead.
We really appreciate your time. I know you're really, really busy, it sounds like. So enjoy your fishing and your hockey.
I will, absolutely. Yeah, slowly go.
And stay in touch.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Awesome.
Great.
Have a wonderful day.
Dave, have a super day. Happy Monday.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
Bye for now. Aw.
That was wonderful, right?
What a well-spoken gentleman. Yeah, it's very, very knowledgeable. Obviously, he's been in a lot, so he knows his way around. So yeah, that was a pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
And anyone catching this, whether live or on the replay on our YouTube channels, consider the fact that we are interviewing real people. They are sharing, where they maybe were, the experiences they had. And, you really get to see the heart of the company is what I'm seeing, because I've always believed it's like in a family. If the parents are happy and they're in love and they're really connected, it affects the children.
Exactly.
I wholeheartedly believe the same thing with a company. Our CEO has a heart to help humanity.
Right. And I also see that if you see people who are different walks of life, different times in their lives in this company, you can see how you relate to them. So it's not just the high up CEOs or the COOs or the AFOs or whatever they are. It's real people, real lives, real everyday everything. So, and it's global. So that's one thing that we didn't touch on, is that this is actually a global company. So again, go to onpassive.com and you can do your homework, do your due diligence. Again, it's $97, that's US. And again, what Dave said, it's for more of a subscription. It's not an investment, okay?
Right.
So just so you're aware. And please get back to the person who actually invited you to this today. And again, I'm from AJ Internet Solutions on Facebook. I have Telegram, I have a YouTube page, and I think the same goes for Tyra. Am I right?
You can find me at TN Grow Wealth Together with all those same ones. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today. Happy Monday. Have a great week.
Yeah, woohoo. Take care.